but you're going to help me answer some questions that we get at the visitor center.
Right.
If you're ready. Now, I know every time my guests come in here, I haven't shown these questions to you ahead of time, have I?
No.
No. All right, you're going to help me. So we've got 2 visitor centers, one at the Plaza, one at Vianza Winery. I'm going to ask you these questions. You don't have to know the answer. I can help you. Okay. So this section is what we call We Get Questions. Here we go. Okay, this one came online. I can't find the correct answer, and maybe someone might help. First time coming to Sonoma in September, and I would like to know if you have to make reservations in advance for wine tastings. Either way, any suggestions for good wine tastings in the Sonoma Square area would be appreciated. So around the Sonoma Plaza, this guy is looking for wine tasting. Here's what I'm going to do. Nick, you're kind of young, so you might not have a lot of experience in wine tasting. No. Eric, you're up in Berkeley or down in Berkeley or sideways in Berkeley, depending which way you're reading the map. So you're not off here a lot, but I can help answer this question unless you want to take a stab at it.
Well, I mean, there's I think you have one of your centers at the Vianza Winery.
We do.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's actually one of our wine partners for
great.
the festival. So we have wine partners that come to Hannah and serve wine on the patio after a concert. So
fantastic. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
So Vianza is a fantastic one. Just south of the Plaza, you're right, we have our visitor center there. And oftentimes you don't need a reservation. A lot of people are thinking, because of COVID and things were happening, everyone had to get reservations. But there's plenty of places you can walk in. And actually, I saw another one is Buena Vista, which I think you have another concert there.
Yeah, we have a concert there. So you can come to our concert. I'm sure you can taste some wine while you're there.
They will not say no to allowing you to have some wine.
Yeah.
Right.
So and that is really a wonderful space for music. They also have a bit of a bigger wall than at Sugarloaf, so the sound is very, very good there. And we have an exciting program there of all music by Black American composers.
Oh, fantastic!
And presented by some of our laureates. Those are people who have been through our apprenticeship program and have now graduated from that, and they're just coming back to keep playing with us.
Oh, that's great. So they still like you and they come back.
Yeah,
very good. Okay, so good. So those are 2 good choices, Buena Vista, Vianza. And if other people, or Nick, when you're ready to go wine tasting, you can stop by the visitor center and we can point you to one of 20 tasting rooms you can walk to right around the plaza. Really easy. And most of them you can just walk in, and if it's a small group, they'll fit you in. But if you're bringing 8 or 9 people, it makes sense to make a reservation. Just like if you're going to buy tickets from valleyofthemoonfestival.org, it makes sense to buy them. 1 or 2 you can do, but if you need to buy 20, you might want to hurry up and do it. Right? Okay. Here's another one. Ready? Another question we got? Ready? Okay. I'm putting together a gift bag of Sonoma products. Like they want to give a gift of Sonoma stuff. What kinds of things should I put in there?
Wow.
You know what I would put in there? I put in 2 tickets to the Valley of the Music.
That would
right
be
away.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Maybe even more.
Yeah. What are the kind of, are there any?
Oh, maybe like a reader's books, like a gift certificate from Reader's Books.
I love that idea.
We've done some stuff sometimes. I think we might be doing a little something with them where they're going to have some books in our lobby or something. We've done some things with them.
No,
like
that's
that.
a great example. And Reader's Books is our local bookstore.
Yeah.
And the current poet laureate for the United States is a woman named Ada Limon, and she worked at Reader's Books.
Oh, okay.
She lived above Reader's Books.
Wow, amazing.
Exactly. So, that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't have a cellist laureate, do we?
We don't.
Not yet. We're going to get you that.
You'll be the first cellist.
So we'll work on that for you.
I believe it. I saw on social media. I saw the Reader's Books made a curated little offerings of books inspired by Valley of the Music Festival.
Right.
So
really?
So that's what we're doing. That's
so
right.
That's a great
I saw
idea.
one of
Okay.
them is about some of the music I just played. There's a book by Stephen Ischilis about the Bach Cello Suite that just came out recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great bookstore. And I'll put a pitch in for the independent bookstores.
There's
Everyone
not so many of them left.
Yeah, people like to go on Amazon, order books, but if you walk into an actual bookstore, there's something about physically holding the book, and then the wonder and whimsy of finding a book next to it.
That's the theme of the day, because it's like going to a concert and seeing and hearing the music.
Exactly. So that's good. I would also put in, of course, some wine. That one's easy. Olive oil. We make olive oil, so we grow a lot of things up here. Chocolates. We have Wine Country chocolates and different chocolate makers that you can put some chocolate in there, and then maybe some lavender is what I might throw in there, because we do grow a lot of lavender. Yeah,
I've had some lavender that people have given me from here.
That's a very common thing to grow up here, and it works quite well. And then if it's later in the season, of course we do have a lot of farmers markets, a lot of farmers here. So the plums and tomatoes, if you want to put food in there, it's like a special thing. But you have to hurry up and open that gift basket, or you'll have plum wine instead of actually fresh plums.
Right. And if you do happen to be stopping through Sonoma on a Tuesday night, that farmers market is great.
It's a phenomenal market. It really is. Have you guys played that market yet?
We haven't actually. Well, maybe a long time ago we did a little. No, we just did a little.
Some busking.
Maybe a little. But we need to organize something there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Wait, did they do busking in the 18th century, the 19th century? Was that a thing? Like in the streets of Vienna?
I bet they must have.
That must have been
I'm
some.
Sure, but I think so.
Before Bach was Bach. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna make a little bit of money here, so I can afford a wig or whatever. Here's a question. Again, people come up and ask us these questions. Okay, I'm not making these up. These are real. If Billy Joel had been born in the 18th century, would he be known for his classic hit, FortePiano Man?
Yeah, probably. But that's sort of what I'm saying about these songs that we're presenting at this Poets Love concert, because those are like those composers were writing kind of that for the popular market a little bit, and it's kind of very similar.
That was
to
the popular
kind
music,
of like the Billy Joel of the day, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, good. I like this. So there was no classic music; it was just music.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
And they would show up. Yeah, I just kind of think he would be the rock star of the thing. And so, about a forte piano, can you explain? Is that a stronger piano? What does that mean? Forte.
Yeah,
piano?
no. Forte. Well, forte just means loud, and piano means soft. And so now we call the piano is the short term for pianoforte, which basically means the same thing except it's just soft and loud. But so it's just a term that we use now for older pianos that are built a little differently.
Do they have the same number of keys?
No, they tend to have fewer keys because they had a smaller range, and they're made differently. They don't have a steel frame in general, and they have a bit of a quieter sound, a distinctive sound. There's a lot of things about that. But if you want to know, just come to our concerts, and we talk about it there, and also we at the wine receptions at the concert, we talk to everybody about any questions they have.
You kind of answer. They can see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. And you said a harpsichord before. That's different than a piano.
That is different from a piano because the strings are plucked. The difference of a piano, and all pianos, forte piano, pianoforte, whatever, they're all hammered. The strings are hammered.
You hit a key, a little
right. And that way, and the idea of the piano and forte is that you could play soft, loud, or actually anything in between, because depending on how hard you hit the key, they get softer or louder. On the harpsichord, you really can't affect the volume that way. Sometimes you can pull a stop and more strings come into play, and so it can go loud or soft, but nothing in between. Piano can go all the way in between.
Because you played, I think last year, you were doing all the Beethoven sonatas.
Right.
Were you playing that on a piano, a forte piano?
No, because Beethoven wrote for not a harpsichord, but a forte piano, what we now call a forte piano, because they were built differently and smaller, and that's what Beethoven had. Yeah.
So is it possible, like 100, 200 years from now, the cello will have 5 strings, and people will, or do they already have 5 strings?
Well, actually, the odd thing is that in the old days there was a 5-string cello, and Bach wrote his 6th cello suite for the 5-string cello.
What do you do if you have a 4-string cello and you have a 6-string cello suite?
I'm working on that right now. I'm actually learning that
really?
A lot of cellists we played on the 4 strings is just a bit harder and more maneuvering.
It's actually harder to play in the 4-string cello, but it's possible, and that's what people did for a long time. But now it's coming back because it was the way it was done, and it sounds it's easier to play well on the 5-string cello because it was written for that. So,
that's interesting. I never knew that. Okay. See, you guys, if someone came up to me next week and they go, "Hey, did you know the cello used to have 5 strings?" I could say, "Actually, yes, I did learn that from the Valley Music Festival." Yes. So I could help the
You learned that from Nick Reeves.
Exactly. Okay, so here's another question that people are asking us. Big question. Ready? Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Barbie. Barbie. The Barbie movie, actually, I've been watching a few reviews of it. I haven't seen it yet, but I believe it's actually quite good. I mean, but I heard that it's less of a kids movie. It's more like they deal with a lot of adult issues. And it's pretty funny. I think I heard that like Ryan Gosling is pretty funny in the movie. He kind of
steals the movie, I hear. Okay.
Yeah.
So Barbie's the answer.
Barbie, who wants to learn about people just building bombs?
It's kind of funny. It's like here you have bright pink and happy, and then you have dark and like ponderous. So I wonder how it's going to go. But Christopher Nolan did Oppenheimer, so he's known for his like mind-bending movies. And I think I'm up for a little bit of happiness. But I think anyone should watch these movies after the Valley Man Music Festival. Okay. You should first buy tickets for that and go there. Because movies are going to be there for a while. but live music is ephemeral, so you got to hurry up and go see it.
For people who really can't make it, we encourage everybody to make their live concerts, but if you really can't make it, we are live streaming all the events.
Great, thank you. And I do know you have a very good YouTube channel with amazing
stuff.
You can go look at that too. Absolutely. And it's quite nice. So. Yeah.